the cabal, Illuminati, missing children, children being abused in sex trafficking rings. The storm is upon us. 10 days of internet darkness. The Queen eats children. Cult. These are all keywords, catchy words that incite something in you. And these are words being used by very popular YouTubers and teachers around the world in the New Age community. I can't support it. And the reason why I can't support that info or follow it or work with it in my teachings is that it pulls from fears and it incites something very dramatic in you that makes you want to act, but not in a way that's going to bring connection and love. It's your brain's fight or flight response. It is the same thing that caused the rise of the pitchforks that pushed the druids out of the forest, that pushed religions into your homes and pushed you out of them. This is the same fight response that causes wars and renegades and revolutions and thousands to millions of people dying around the world. This concept of an evil cabal and Illuminati controlling you, it is a fear-based energy that teachers use to garner your attention, and it causes you actually to feel that you want to either fight something, against something, save something, fix something, heal something. And that happens in the primitive brain because you think something's wrong, which is what the brain teaches you. What's going on, the cover-up, as many people have asked, surrounding COVID-19? What's going on about that is actual war. And I mean in the traditional sense and in the non-traditional sense. The cabal is the effect of that, not the cause of it. The actual war that's more similar to historic wars, very similar to Cold Wars that we've experienced before, that can be researched and discovered anywhere. Is not something I'm trying to share with you to incite a fear-based reaction, but it is to incite research. I want you to ask yourself when you're looking at information, does it incite you for further awareness into research so that you can do something about it that doesn't involve the pitchfork mentality, that doesn't involve hiding behind an internet screen and just talking about it? So these wars, these talks of war, it's a real thing. And that's one thing that's going on underneath all the COVID-19 distraction. And also, it's not just about the abused children and the tales of the Queen eating children in a cultish behavior, or Oprah being in a cult, or some of the facts that you think are facts and the truths that you think are truths, and the facts that are only half facts and the truths that are only half truths that are out there are just wild, dramatic, rather frightening, drama-inducing fairy tales. There are actual children in danger, and there are people who have, and that's not a hidden thing. The cabal is not a hidden thing. It's not something that we're just becoming aware of. We've been aware of it for a long time. So to say that the virus covered it would to say that we're powerless, ignorant people who are unaware of something. But what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it when isolation is over and during? What are you going to do about it when our culture is the cause of it. And notice I said our culture, our one culture that seems to be the most popular culture on the world. It's not the only culture, it just happens to be the most popular. Just like these teachings that are scaring you, they're not the only teachings, they just happen to be the most popular. They have books to support it and YouTube subscribers to support it. What I'm teaching you today is coming from my office in my home. I have sweatpants on underneath this fancy outfit. I'm sleepless, from thinking about the fear that's going on around the world and what I can do to help you. And I'm like you, I'm not some big famous teacher with a big book supporting me. I'm asking you to hear me in order to hear yourselves. I'm asking you to hear me if it helps you to hear yourselves. I'm asking you to stop following teachings that frighten you, anywhere, spiritual teachings or not, and I'm asking you to begin to research and to teach yourselves. The issue that is being hidden behind this virus is imminent global war. I talk about it on my recent COVID-19 channeling, and we'll be talking about it again in my upcoming COVID-19 channeling. Yes, I do channel the entity itself. And I'm going to be asking it questions about that. But the idea of, is it real or not? To say that it isn't is to say that the doctors and nurses and people in the front lines that are truly protecting you are liars. Just saying. It hurts those people who are striving so hard to protect you from an unknown danger that is wreaking havoc on your immune systems, to say that they might be a part of a cover-up as well, because that's what you are insinuating when you say this. The virus is real. Yeah, I'd like to sit up under my fluffy oneness cloud and tell you that I could unsee what I'm seeing right now in the world, but I can't. I'm telling you as a mom, as a human being, not sitting up in some lofty place somewhere. I'm telling you from my heart that what I see as a medical intuitive, as a mom of 4 in a small community, it's real. It's dangerous. It's not fake. And I need you to take it seriously. I'm begging you to take it seriously. I'm begging you and asking you to honor me and my children and you and your children, and to isolate, to be safe. So this isn't some new age tale. It can be researched about the imminent war that possibly could be a Cold War. And our country's trying to prevent it. Yes, including our president. I know you don't like him, but he has his role in preventing it. Meanwhile, some popular YouTubers and New Agers are causing their followers to truly go insane with improper focus on fear. I can't listen to or follow that, even though you keep asking me what is my opinion on it, that I finally was pushed into, coerced into, manipulated, and threatened into making a video about this. So here you have it. So I'm going to channel this virus again on Monday. You're welcome to join. I'll put the link below if you want to. Nobody's twisting your arm on it, and nobody's trying to make you afraid. So the virus is a real threat. There's so much going on that even I haven't told you, because if I did, you'd freak out. And it takes a lot of guardianship ethically to be responsible for holding information. All right? And a lot of that's coming out in my channelings. Came out in the first one, it's about to come out in the second one, because you keep asking. But I'm going to ask you not to be fear-based about it. I'm going to ask you to understand that the information given to you can be researched and backed up with scientific paleontologists around the world, scientists and medical professionals around the world, and historians around the world, particularly prehistorians, will appreciate on Monday next week. I'll link it below. So as usual, humans freak out when they hear information, and there are some teachings out there that are making you freak out further. But they won't be from me. So if you're believing in this and it's riling you up right now, I need you to hear me. What you're just finding out about with the Cabal and the Illuminati has likely been going on for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And if you want to do something about it, you can. I have a friend, her name is Grace. She's a good friend. She operates a small, rather unknown Facebook community, and she has saved hundreds of these children's lives. She's amazing. We call her Grace on Fire. And her agenda is to stop that trafficking from the Cabal, and she does a phenomenal job. You can find her at One World Community in her Facebook group and her Facebook page. Her name is Grace. Tell her I sent you. I love her. I support the work she does. So this is me not supporting the obvious about what's going on. If you want to make that your agenda, everybody has one. And now I'm about to tell you mine. So there isn't anything bad about the agenda of having to save, fix, or heal things. And when the world gathers together, however, by making someone else the cause of what needs saving, fixing, or healing, then you begin to separate and want to destroy that other side, that evil side. This causes the type of revolution that will not bring forth a loving new earth, but a destructive one, full of hatred. And the essence of, I will destroy you if you do not agree with me. That's what that causes. And we see that perpetuated in cycles of history throughout our planet. When did it not happen? In prehistory. Explore the one part of yourselves that you have forgotten when that didn't happen on this planet occurred in prehistory. I talked about that in my class yesterday. I'll link it below. So that concerns me, quite frankly. And because if you have an agenda, we can make it aware and powerful, but also loving and kind and connecting. Not us or them, but us and them is the only way that you're going to save this planet. Hear me, vegans. Hear me, New Agers. Hear me, anyone. Please, because if you just consider that saving something is just a pattern where people are looking for someone or something to blame, to make the bad guy. And when that happens, if you need to blame something, blame the culture that you created, the one culture. There are hundreds of cultures around this earth that are living in harmony with plants and animals, that aren't greedy and corrupt. Hundreds of cultures, you just don't know about them. There's one culture that happens to be the main one that is causing the destruction that you see around you. Guess which culture that is? It's ours. Culture is the cause of the missing children and the hidden children and the sex trafficking that you guys are very concerned about and bringing that concern to me. Culture is the cause of the animal torture and the industrialized industries with that, the greenhouse effect, drug abuse, domestic violence, mental insanity. Culture, culture, culture. Research it. That culture, which is going insane, is not sustainable on this planet. And that is the cause of everything most people create agendas to fix, save, and heal. I have the answers, and so do you. But the answer isn't a popular one. Just me. I've spent 7 years on YouTube trying to teach you this. You didn't listen because my numbers weren't high enough. I'm not popular enough. I don't have a book. I don't have a movie. I'm not on Gaia. But I am like you and have a common cause of wanting our children to have a safe, loving planet to grow up on. So the answer, it's not popular. It won't get me YouTube views. It won't make me the popular teacher. I'm going to lose a lot of fans. I'm not telling you that this will be an easy fix. It requires honest, hard work and an entire change that starts individually in your lifestyle and your mindset, in the way that you take care of your bodies, in the way that you take care of Earth. It's not new information. It's not a fancy new modality that I'm going to charge you money for. It's none of that. We're shifting. So this answer is going to take time, and it's going to take change. And it starts with us, each and every one of us. So I'm going to talk about all of these changings and shifts in my Yeshua channeling on Sunday. I'll link it below. But I've been talking about this for 7 years, and for some reason you're ready to listen to it now. So if now's the time that you'll hear me, please start with understanding that culture is the problem. And let's change together. I love you. I'll see you soon.